everyone. Thank you. This is the Bonnabel Bruin Marching Band. So very honored to be with you here today. If you see everybody in an orange shirt, this is our diversity and inclusion board. When we came in office in 2020, we said, how can we next level the D&I board? One of the statistics I love the most about Jefferson Parish is that we are the most diverse parish. Of the 64 parishes in Louisiana, Jefferson is the most diverse. And obviously, our own employees represent that cross-culture of the great culture that we have through Jefferson Parish. So we want to celebrate all the different cultures that we are here in this wonderful parish. And today, we're going to celebrate the Irish and Italian heritage, which is so very strong and part of our history. So we started off with the Bonnabel Bruin Marching Band. I'm honored to be here. We're at the kickoff of the parade season is not yet finished. We're going to have we have the St. Patrick's Day is celebrated on March 17th and St. Joseph's Day celebrated on March 19th. The Irish people and the Italian people have contributed so very much to the arts, to architecture, to the music, to the entertainment, to the medicine, what I love, food, the food culture that we have. So very important to us. So the annual St. Patrick's Day Metairie Road Parade that has been taking the streets of Old Metairie for 50 years is going to be this Sunday, March 12th at noon, and Councilwoman Van Rankin is honored to be the Grand Marshal of that event, so we'll see her out there. And then the next week, shortly after that, starting in 1983, was the annual Irish-Italian Parade, which is going to roll the streets on Sunday, March 19th at noon. And Councilman Bonanno is the Grand Marshal of that. And if you like one Councilman Bonanno, you can maybe see two Councilman Bonanno. Where's the stick? The stick head. Oh. There you go. You get double the bananas for Italian. So I'd like now to recognize Bandmaster Frank Fess, Lewis III, and the Bonnabel Bruin Marching Band, as well as the principal of Alfred Bonnabel Magnet Academy High School, Sharon Meggs Hamilton, to come up and say a few words. Ms. Hamilton?
Thank you. I'm both honored and pleased to be a part of this celebration today. Where's Mr. Lewis? As Mr. Lewis deserves a lot of the accolades here. I feel like there you are. Mr. Lewis is the band director for the band master for Bonnabel Bruin's band. He's done an excellent job with our school, not only for the band, but helping our students thrive academically. I have a script because I can talk a lot, and I don't want to talk a whole bunch, but I do want to thank Miss Cynthia Lee Chen for allowing us to showcase our band today, as well as Dr. Vanessa Zimmerman. Thank you. And the Jefferson Parish Council for having us here today. Again, my name is Sharon Meggs Hamilton. I am the principal at Bonnabel High School. We are very pleased to share this day with the Irish Italian community, and we want to make sure that you know where we are. We are located on Bruin Drive, right at the border of Metairie and Kinner. It is, I'm sure a lot of you all either have children or you might even be alumni, right? Okay, but I'm sure of that because the school has been in existence for quite a long time. But we are, again, very proud to be a part of this community. As a school, we want to continue working collaboratively with the Jefferson Council, the government, and all to ensure that our parish, which is the leading parish in our state, continues to be that. So again, thank you all for allowing us to be here.
Okay, I believe Councilman Dominic Impostata was also here, and I also want to recognize from Kenner, Councilwoman Dee Dunn. Thank you for being with us as well, Councilwoman. So just so you know also, this band has also been in Rose Bowl parades, the Macy Day parades, as well as many Mardi Gras parades that you know. And they also represent the school year in District Honor Concert and Jazz Ensembles, Loyola Wind Ensemble, and the Bourgeois Honor Band, Southeastern University Concert Honor Band, JPSO Band of Excellence, and then many district concert competitions and the Trombone Shorty Foundation, in which 3 Bonnabel students were chosen to travel and perform in Cuba this past January. So that is a remarkable undertaking. So with that, let's have the band perform again. Bonnabel Band.
Ready.
so much. Okay, next I'm going to invite Eileen Bernard, who is the head of our Diversity and Inclusion Board. Eileen?
Thank you, Madam President. On behalf of the Diversity and Inclusion Board, I'd like to thank everyone that is here today to celebrate the Irish and Italian heritage. The Diversity and Inclusion Board was established by Jefferson Parish government to foster an environment where there is a deliberate focus upon acceptance, education, inclusion of diversity within all of Jefferson Parish. The Diversity Board works to ensure that all parish employees and those served by the parish are afforded equal opportunity in all areas of employment and equal access to all programs, services provided by Jefferson Parish. The Diversity and Inclusion Board serves as an advisory body on diversity and inclusion issues and acts as a communication link between parish leadership and parish employees, all of us. The board will champion the benefits of the diversity through the development, implementation, and the support of activities that honor the unique abilities and addresses the common concerns of employees. Again, thank you everyone that are here today. Thank you to our board members for everything each of you do, and thank you to the departments that help all of this happen. Thank you. Enjoy. Madam President.
Thank you so much. So we're very fortunate in Jefferson Parish to have so many crews and so many organizations that give us our incredible parades, which we know as we all grew up and is part of our family life. First up, and I know they're gearing up for this weekend, it's going to be a big weekend, I'm going to invite from the St. Patrick's Day Parade, Mr. Dan Civello. He has many members to introduce.
Thank you, Madam President. And thank you too, Donna Rousseau. You did a great job. This is a nice function today. You know, each year when we pick our Grand Marshal, we try to pick somebody that contributes to the parish, and you know, we like to recognize them. And usually it's a debate. The committee submits names, and it's a debate, and then we vote on them. This is the first year there was no debate. When I opened each paper, the same name was there. It was unanimous, a unanimous decision, which I thought was phenomenal. But the person that is our Grand Marshal this year certainly doesn't need, everybody knows who she is. The Honorable Jennifer Van Rankin. You want to say? With that, I'm going to have our second vice president and historian come up here and just tell you a little bit about our history of this group. So, thank you. Kelly Kerrigan.
Good morning, everybody. Just to let you know a little history behind the St. Patrick Parade Committee. We were formed in 1970. We used to parade with the, actually it came from a marching club that was the Turnbull Social and Carnival Club. We went down to the Irish Channel and parade with them every year. And then when we got back to Folco's after the parade in 1970, they decided it was time for us to do something for the people of Jefferson Parish. So at that point, we decided to form a committee of 13 members. And on them 13 members, there was John Marchese, Joe Folco, Tookie Woodruff, Gordon Moore, Tommy Narrow, Buck DeWire, Hap Attilio, Jules Treadway, Billy Burke, and my father, James Carrigan. Well, my father passed away in 1999, but I've been on this committee for 39 years. And out of the 39 years, I'm honored to be part of this committee and carry that legacy that our founders started for us. And right now, we have a 15-member committee. The committee is Dan Civello, our captain and president, Matt McKinley Cantrell, our co-captain and vice president, myself, Joby Weber, our treasurer, Mike Warren, our secretary, Carl Wilt, our sergeant at arms, Carl Finley, our parade coordinator, Frank Renardin is the committeeman, John Marchese is a committeeman also, Ralph Marchese, Eric Cusimano, Kelly Carrigan Jr., my son, my brother James D. Carrigan, Mark Day, and Brian Hebert. Half of the committee is composed of actually second and third generation people who started this parade. Needless to say, all our charter members are deceased at this point, but, you know, we try to do our best to put on the greatest show and the best family parade we can for Jefferson Parish. So, you know, this is our 52nd parade. COVID kind of gave us a little setback, but we bounced back last year and came back as strong as ever. I'd just like to say we have at this point 110 units, which is composed of 46 floats, 46 trucks, 12 marching clubs, novelty units, bands like marching bands from Grace King and the Sheriff's Office, Band of Excellence. And we have the Shriners that are going to lead us this year for our first time. It's the Governor's Escort. They're going to go ahead and lead us in this parade. So we got the Shriners and Forehead Grotto. We got a lot of charitable organizations that pitch in and give us their time to help us out. So at this point, that's where we're at. You know, we're looking for a beautiful day on Sunday. We just want to remind everybody the party's just starting today. Tomorrow we will have our annual kickoff. It's going to start at 519 North Turnbull Drive from about 2:30 to around 5 o'clock. We will be at Fulco's, and then after that we move the party to Gennaro's, and at that point we will also introduce our Grand Marshal and award her with all the things that we do for the Grand Marshal, such as give her her cane and her shillelagh, and, you know, everything that we do, we try to make sure it's a big deal. And Jennifer, it's well-deserved. She's been a council person for District 5 for a long time now, in her second term, and we just want to say how thankful we are for everything that Jennifer's done for us. So with that, I'll turn it back over.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I have to say, I love seeing all the green coats of the committeemen. I grew up, my favorite color has always been green. My campaign colors are green, my car is green. I know my staff knows anything we acquire, it's green. I think it's probably because I grew up with a dad who grew up in the Irish Channel. We were raised at St. Clement by Irish nuns, and really from my earliest time, obviously, to now, have had an appreciation of the Irish heritage and the hard work of the Irish who built so much of our city, so much of our community. So I'm super excited about it. I'm honored when they first asked me, would you consider being Grand Marshal? I said, I didn't know I could, because there hadn't been a woman Grand Marshal before that. So now in Women's History Month in March, I think it's the perfect time to celebrate all the Irish women in our community as well. As Cynthia was saying, I think the strength of our parish is its diversity. And so when we have an Irish parade, when we're celebrating our Irish heritage, but we also, of course, are at Fulco's and Gennaro's celebrating that Italian touch. So many of our Irish and Italian, of course, chose to marry and raise families here. And Cynthia participates in the parade, and she's throwing fortune cookies. It's just part of who we are and what we get to celebrate so richly together. And so look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow at Fulco's, at Gennaro's, and then on the parade ride along Metairie Road on Sunday. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilwoman. Congratulations. Next, I would like to introduce the Vice President of the Louisiana Irish Italian Association, Mr. Angelo Schiro. And Mr. Schiro, just so you know, our library has been celebrating the Italian heritage. The past 2 Wednesdays, we've been teaching everybody how to cook cuccidata Italian fig cookies, so which are my favorite. And I make a pretty mean batch myself, I must say. So, yes, Mr. Schiro.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you, Council. Thank you, everyone that works for Jefferson Parish for making this day possible. My name's Angelo Schiro. I'm Vice President of Louisiana Irish Italian Association, been on the board since 2007. We have one remaining charter member, which is Eddie Renton Jr. His father, back in 1983, was part of the Metairie Road Parade as a Zeus Marching Club. The Zeus Marching Club got so big that they just couldn't fit him anymore. So they pretty much was asked, we either cut the amount of people or we can't have you back. So Mr. Eddie went to Joe Yenni, which was the parish of Kenner mayor at the time, and submitted to him that, we want to bring together the Irish and the Italians. It's about time. That was his theme. Joe Yenni jumped on it with no hesitation. The parade started back in 1983 in Kenner. Here we are 41 years later. We're a very strong organization, just as the Metairie Road organization. We're probably the last two biggest organizations, maybe in a metropolitan area. I calculated between both parades, on average, we have an average of 4,500 to over 5,000 participants. That's not including the people in the streets. We've had grand marshals as Mr. Joe Yenni, Dominic Impastato, many others, many businessmen. But my favorite grand marshal of all was we made Harry Lee an Irishman for the day. Cynthia was just a little girl at the time, and I still remember, we have some of the pictures of her with her daddy. It was an outstanding time. We as an organization continue the Irish and Italian get along as everyone else is diversity. We want the world to get along. We want everyone to get out on the street and have a good time. Bring your bags on Sunday, this Sunday, bring your bags next Sunday, because you will have enough produce to probably open up your own produce stand when the parade's over. All we can ask is that you pray for good weather, and God's been good to us, just as this parish has, and we want to thank once again Parish President for helping us with this event. I do want to introduce the one Grand Marshal that's here. Before I introduce him, our other Grand Marshal, our Irish Grand Marshal this year, is a businessman, which is Mr. John Blanchard of Rock'n'Bowl. Mr. John's been on our short list for a long time, and when we asked Mr. John if he wanted to be, not a hesitation, let's do it. Our Italian Grand Marshal is Councilman Dino Bonanno. I have known Dino Bonanno for well over 30 years, watched every one of his children grow, and we have really been really good friends, but I know for a fact that everything that Dino brings is 100%, and I'd like to introduce Dino Bonanno, our Italian Grand Marshal.
Thank you, Angelo. First of all, I'd like to thank Bonnabel High School and their band for such a wonderful performance today, and Eileen and our own Diversity and Inclusion Board for putting on today's event. I can't tell you what an honor it is to be chosen as the Italian Grand Marshal for this year's parade. My great-grandparents moved here from Sicily, and I still remember as a child going down to that grocery store in New Orleans. And I'm sure both my great-grandparents and my grandparents are smiling down proudly today that I've been selected to represent the Bonanno family in this year's Italian Grand Marshal in the Irish Italian Parade. It's an honor, and I can't wait to parade on that day. We're looking forward for a great parade, hopefully great weather. Jefferson Parish is proud to have two parades in a row that bring out huge family crowds, and I encourage everyone to come out with their families on both the Metairie Road Irish Parade on the 12th and the Louisiana Irish Italian Parade on Veterans on March 19th. So thank you all for this honor, and I hope to see all of y'all on the parade route.
Thank you, and congratulations to both of you again for your roles. We look forward to the next events that Eileen says. If this is the first time you're joining us for a D&I event, we celebrate all cultures that we have. So I think in May we're looking for the Asian American Pacific Islanders, and then we're going to celebrate the Caribbean heritage after that. So this is just some of the many programs that we do today. And we do, Principal Hamilton, we just wanted to give you this certificate for the band for participating today.
Thank you.
And I know you guys like not being in school and performing out here, right? So we're going to let you close us out. Thank you for joining us for Diversity and Inclusion in celebration of our rich Irish and Italian heritage. And we're going to give you the Bonnabel Marching Band.